Alright, so my student is asking, when you're doing integration where the function is trig and you can do it by inspection, she asks for integrating the trig functions where one is the derivative. So she's just meaning that, with inspection you need to see a composite function and its derivative, so that's what she's referring to. Which part of the table do I look at? The function part or the derivative part? And the table she's referring to is this table, which you get in the AP Maths formula sheet. So let's have a look at an example and see where you would look on the table. So if I had the integral of cos cubed x multiplied by sine x, and I'm integrating with respect to x. Now inspection says I need to identify a composite function, which in this case would be cos cubed x. Remember that composite functions are the functions inside the other functions. So there's my function. Okay, so let's make a note, that's my function. And then I also need to see the derivative of the inner function. So there's my derivative of inner function. Now, what I mean by that is my inner function is cos x. So I go to my table and I go and I see, all right, there is my inner function, cos x. Okay, so that's where I'm looking. I'm looking here for my inner function, cos x. And its derivative is negative sine x. So I need to see a negative sine x, its derivative. So I'm looking at the function column. Its derivative is negative sine x, and I need to see that. So do you see, I see the derivative of the inner function almost. I almost see it, because what's missing is my negative sine x. And then you would carry on from there, that you need to see your negative sine x. So I would introduce a negative, which I'm absolutely allowed to do, provided I multiply the whole thing by a negative to compensate. Then remember what we do, look at the composite function, add 1. There's my negative sitting there. I add 1 and I divide by 4 or times by a quarter. I like to put the quarter outside, and plus my constant of integration. So yes, to answer the question, you're going to look at the function column. That's your inner function, and then you check its derivative in the derivative column.